Billionaire's Mistress is a Hidden Heiress, a dark romance by author Anika. Chapter 1. Damsel in Distress.
6 years ago, Cara, you are late again. The manager of the local eatery shouted as he watched a young girl around the age of 21 rush inside through the back door of the restaurant, dressed in a pair of blue jeans with an old black t-shirt. "I'm sorry, sir, I missed the bus and had to walk 4 miles to get here." Cara apologized softly, panting to catch her breath, and pulled out a white shirt and a black miniskirt from her bag. "Change quickly, it's the fucking peak hour, you lazy ass," he sneered. Cara rushed into the washroom. She changed into a white shirt and a short miniskirt, quickly pulling her long, dark blonde hair into a ponytail, and sighed as she looked at her pale face in the mirror. She applied a baby pink lip gloss to her dry lips, tied a red and white checked apron around her waist, and quickly adjusted her white cap before stepping out, only to face the cold stare of the manager who handed her a notebook and pen, signaling her to serve the couple sitting at the last table. Cara nodded and cheerfully began her day. 2 cheese bacon, egg hash, and 2 filtered coffees, please. She relayed the order to the chef and let out a sigh when Sandra nudged her arm. "What caught you up again? What does the look on my face say?" Cara lifted an eyebrow. "Oh, I get it, but don't you think it's about time you stand up for yourself?" Sandra encouraged, but Cara yawned in response. "I don't know your tragic story, but the lead should always fight back." "I'm tired," she said. The chef slid the tray of exotic food toward her, and an enticing aroma wafted into her nostrils. Her stomach growled in response. "And I just realized I'm hungry." "Thank you, chef." She smiled at the old man and quickly went to serve the happy couple. "Enjoy." As she turned to leave, a voice interrupted her. "Excuse me." A chill ran down her spine, and Cara paused in her tracks, recognizing the contempt in the voice. She tilted her head to the right, and goosebumps spread across her skin as her hazel eyes locked with none other than Cynthia Glazier. "Get me some more red wine," the woman ordered casually, not sparing a glance at Cara, who stood rooted to her spot as if she'd seen a ghost. The woman finished her drink and turned her attention to Cara, who shivered beneath her gaze. "Why yes, I'll right away," she stammered and sprinted to the bar area of the restaurant. "W wine," she stammered, looking around for Sandra, but Sandra was nowhere in sight. "Why are you wasting your time looking here and there?" The manager scolded her, and Cara looked at him with doe-like eyes. "Take the damn order and serve," he growled, keeping his volume in check. Cara nodded, grabbed the wine, and walked over to the woman, who crossed her legs under the table and looked at her with an amused expression. Cara served the wine, but her nervousness under the woman's watch caused her to spill it on her costly white dress. "I'm sorry," she exclaimed, her face turning pale as she hurriedly grabbed napkins to clean up. The woman glared at her. "Stay away from me. Call your manager," she growled in Cara's face, and the latter gulped, apologizing non-stop. "What have you done, Cara?" The manager appeared to save the day. "We apologize for the mistake, Mrs. Glazier." "Mistake? This girl standing here is a huge mistake. She ruined my expensive dress. Did you even check the staff before hiring them?" Every pair of eyes in the restaurant turned to the scene. "I demand you fire her right now." The woman crossed her arms and demanded. "Please, forgive me." Cara's eyes filled with tears, and she was ready to beg her, sitting at her feet. "Get the fuck out of my sight, you lowlife." The woman shot her a disgusted look. "Are you firing her, or do you want me to make your small eatery famous for atrocious service?" The manager wasted no time in making a decision. "Cara, you're fired." He dismissed her immediately, but she kept pleading until the guard finally threw her out. A sinister smile spread across the woman's face as she watched Cara through the glass window, standing outside, helpless and sobbing.
Grayson Group of Hotels. Aries' piercing grey eyes checked the picture of the woman in the waitress uniform that his cousin Janalia had sent him. "Who is she now?" he frowned, texting her before turning off his phone for the staff meeting. "Grayson Group of Hotels should always be at the top," Aries said, his deep voice commanding the attention of all his employees. "Our forthcoming hotel will be built in New Orleans, and I will designate a few of you to take the lead." Every face lit up with a smile, wishing for that one golden opportunity that could launch them straight into the sky, as working with Aries Grayson was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I will perform an internal assessment in a few days, and those who qualify will have the opportunity to co-lead this project with me. Rising from his high-rise executive chair, he announced the news with a confident smile, buttoning his jacket. Meeting adjourned. His gruff voice echoed through the conference room as he left, with his assistant right behind him. What is next? Aries strode into his office, made his way around the desk, settled into the comfortable executive armchair, and turned on his phone. You are done for the day. Tomorrow, you have a business dinner with Russian investors, and Mr. Simon Sanchez will join you. The assistant answered, and just then, Simon, the company's financial advisor, and his friend walked into his office unannounced. And before that, you're meeting your grandma for lunch today. He smirked at him, and Aries huffed. I know why she's calling me. Still, you've got to join her. She doesn't take no for an answer. The old woman is still authoritative. Aries picked up on the sound of his phone ringing while Simon was talking to him, and he saw his cousin Janelia's name flashing on the screen. Excuse me, he signals for some privacy. The moment the door shut, he responded to her call. You should look into this matter. You've got to help me, Aries. You promised to help me. Janelia's distress was escalating with every ticking second, and Aries was losing his composure. Will you fucking stop ranting? What are you talking about? You promised to help me. You said Natalie would be out of Keith's life before I get to New York, Janelia said. But you've done absolutely nothing so far to kick her out of Keith's life. And now I see him holding another woman in the middle of the busy road. Who the fuck is she? She yelled during the phone call. How the fuck am I supposed to know? Aries retorted in an equally high pitch. I'm the fucking CEO, not your Keith stalker. Get a life, lady. Janelia fell silent, worried he might take back his offer to help. Look, I agreed to help you kick Natalia out because she's a real slut, sleeping around behind his back. I want to help my friend see her true colors. Though, don't expect anything more from me. There was a long silence between them. And stop stalking the cop, damn it. What if Keith finds out you're stalking him? He gritted his teeth. Why are you shouting at me? She cried. I was worried, and I could only talk to you about it. Fine, I don't need your help. Aries took a deep breath and asked calmly, who is this girl in the picture? Keith was seen with her on the road. She was seen walking down the road mindlessly when Keith saved her from an accident. My informant saw them talking for a few minutes, and then Keith handed over his card to her. Aries was at a loss for words. Hello, are you there? Janelia glanced at her phone screen. Are you freaking crazy or what? Aries knitted his eyebrows. He just saved that girl from an accident. But why did he give his card to her? She asked in a high pitch. Aries clenched his teeth and glanced at his phone screen. I'm hanging up. Grandma is calling. Aries, I bet something is going on between them. Why would he give his card to her? I'm sending you a picture. Have a look at it. Janelia ended the call. Aries watched the picture she had sent him when another text from her popped up on the screen. Her name is Cara Silencio, and she got fired from her job this morning.
From the Brooklyn Bridge, Cara had a panoramic view of the Manhattan skyline in the distance. Her hazel eyes welled up with tears, and she cursed her life, remembering an incident from the morning when she had gotten on a bus to go to the cafe where she worked as a waitress. At the next stop, two men boarded the bus, and their eyes locked onto her. Unaware of them, Cara took out an apple from her bag. The men, in black pants and leather jackets, stood in the same spot where she had been sitting. A look of horror flashed across Cara's face as her eyes fell on him, and the apple slipped from her hand. Her eyes reflected her deepest fear. One of them smirked in her direction, and she quickly tore her eyes away, looking out the window. Her heart pounded in her chest. It took her a few minutes to gather her thoughts when the bus stopped at one of the busiest stations, and she saw most of the passengers rise to their feet to leave. Cara took advantage of the situation, knowing they wouldn't publicly highlight it, and hurried away. Both men chased her but lost sight of her on the busy street. And that's how she was late for her job, again. Are you all right, dear? The old couple asked as they passed by, causing Cara to snap back to reality. Yes, thank you. She smiled at him, wiping her tears. Everything's gonna be fine. The woman patted her on the back, and they left. Cara kept staring at the sunset. Why didn't you take me with you, Dad? It's so hard to live, her voice thick with emotion as she rubbed her face. They've tracked me down again. Cynthia Glazier and Alfred Doyle won't leave me alone. They won't rest until I take my life. She cried helplessly, her hands trembling as she covered her face. Chapter 1 ends. If you want to know why Cara can't keep running, what price survival demands next, and how two lives on opposite extremes begin to orbit the same danger, you need to read the next chapter. Find the link in the description box. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this chapter, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the upcoming chapters.